Alright, let's keep going. We're gonna, obviously turn that into more yellow Pikmin. We're gonna send the yellow Pikmin to... Oh, nope, I'm sorry, that was Louie. He, for some reason, fell down and the Pikmin picked him up. But we're gonna send our yellow Pikmin over here. Their job is to take down the electric fence. This is where I throw a Ren and Stimpy line in here and say, "Don't you whizzed on the electric fence, didn't you?" It's a very weird episode where Ren's cousin Sven comes to visit, and they start playing. They're insufferable, and then they start playing a game called "Don't Whiz on the Electric Fence," which, if anyone's ever watched Ren and Stimpy, they would know it's basically a ripoff. It's kind of a gag or a goof on. Yep. It's kind of a gag or a goof on, like, late 50s, early 60s television, you know, sci-fi, that sort of stuff. But in this case, tell you not to whiz on the electric fence. What happens is Ren gets really mad, long story short, what ends up happening is Ren, he hears the zipper go down, he whizzes on the electric fence, something blows up, and then the devil comes in at the very end and goes, "Whizzed on the electric fence, didn't you?" That's where the episode ends. Because that's what cartoons used to be like back in the early 90s, is no one ever won, everyone always lost. Or you ended up with sort of a neutral kind of, nothing kind of went, stuff kind of went good, but stuff also went kind of terrible for you, i.e. Doug, because you're an erotic asshole. Who has, for some reason, a beatnik sister in the 1990s. Weird. Anywho, we are gonna grab up some of these berries that are a little different than the other berries. Gonna come over here. Gonna gather up these Pikmin. We're gonna look at this. What is this berry? They say it is a blueberry or a purple berry. Astonishing, this purple berry contains an ultra bitter essence. It does not appear to have any monetary value, but I shall research potential use for it. Bring me another specimen. Yeah, we'll bring you lots of specimens here, buddy. That are your horses. Or however that phrase goes. Hold your horses. Boy, I'm smart. How smart I am. I'm so smart. Louie has taken 2/3 damage and needs to be healed. I don't know what healing in this game means, though. So, we will figure that out, maybe at a later date. In the meantime, we are packaging up our Pikmin, grabbing our blue Pikmins to hopefully redo this bridge. Or we only have a little bit more time left in today. Oh no, there are bugs here that are trying to prevent me from rebuilding the bridge. How annoying. Luckily they are a bunch of wieners and shall be destroyed thus. Weedy Junior! Got a boo-boo! Oh, I don't think you belong here. What? Weedy General! What a good episode. I'm totally glad that SpongeBob didn't decide in later seasons, after I've long since stopped watching it, to bring back joke characters that were only used in one episode, or perhaps in the background of a second episode but never had any other lines, like Bubble Bass, or what else? What else would have been really fucking annoying for them to do that they definitely would never do again? Bring back Weenie Hut Jr. Have, I don't know, Squidward be the manager of it. where he has to reprogram the robots because they're being too lazy. After he thinks he can basically be the manager of a place and have quote-unquote manager time where he sits in the office and not do anything ever. Not how by the way, that's not how bosses work. Bosses don't generally get to sit in the back and let their employees do all the work, because generally employees get jealous of the fact that the boss isn't doing anything, despite the fact that he's making twice, if not 3 times more than the average employee. So, but yeah, he, in that episode, and they would definitely not do an episode where he just sits in the back and sleeps and plays clarinet and basically undoes everything that is Weenie Jr. But whatever, right? That's neither here nor there. You jackass. I'm gonna run out of daylight again. Tell already. The only question is, can I get these things back before dawn, before dusk? So, what else is new? I think here. My brother's moving into a different apartment. It's gonna be nicer. I got to visit. I did not visit the one that he's moving into, but I visited 2 others that were very nice, and if the apartment he's moving into is nicer than the one I visited, or at least is a better price than equal quality, I have to tip my hat to my brother, because the place he lives is it's an apartment. It's an apartment that you can, you know, spend money and enjoy, but if he's paying a lot of money, it's not worth his time. Yeah, particularly he doesn't have to drive to work every day. I lost 2 Pikmin. That's the long and short of that. Unless those 2 Pikmin were hidden in the ground, I'm pretty sure they're dead. Today's report. We didn't make any money. We lost some, we gained some. Well, Louie, your aunt sent me some cookies. Now I only meant to taste one, but ate them all. Sorry, to make it up for you, I shall officially make you a cookie specialist. I wonder if that is at all foreboding. I'm gonna go back to the same area because we have the Ball Box Kingdom we need to go into, and then there's another place, another underground area I haven't discovered yet, but I'm sure I will here soon. $40 of you. 40 of you. I mean, not 40 of you. The correct balance of any Pikmin team is if you know there's a specific Pikmin that you need for a job, I'm talking about the underground area, I'm not talking about what I'm doing right now, which is going to pick up an item that is over here in this area that I haven't gotten yet, this paint. But, if we're talking underground, the ideal Pikmin makeup is if you look to see what's measured, you know, what is the pit telling you? The pit tells you you're gonna need red Pikmin, white Pikmin, and you bring 30 of each of those, or at least 20. I'm talking mainly white Pikmin because they're harder to get. But you bring at least 20 of each, if not 30. Then you bring the other ones that are marked as being necessary in the dungeon, you bring 15 of. And then from there you bring some 5, 10 purple Pikmin, because they hit like dump trucks. And they're great at carrying shit. And basically you've made sure that with the, let's see here, we said 30, 60, 90, 10, 60, 60, 90, and my math's probably off there somewhere, but basically if you bring 15 of the, say you don't need blue or yellow, you bring 15 blue, 15 yellow. That gives you a buffer of 5 in case you need 10 of them for some job. Then you have, say, 30 white, 30 red, and that would leave you at 90, and that would give you 10 purple Pikmin to bring along with you for Mario Paint Blue! Known as decorative goo in this game. Wah, wah, wah. The reason I say that is because I always feel like even despite what the underground area tells you, you gotta carry at least a little bit of the extras. You don't need fire Pikmin, that's fine, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the pit's telling you the truth. You may need fire. You know, particularly at the bottom of the well. Or maybe you don't. Hard to say. I'm not really good at this game. So I'm not going to say that, for whatever reason, there's an alternate route to do what I was complaining about. I remember watching some speedrunners. After I played Pikmin 1, I watched some speedrunners do, you know, Pikmin, because, again, you probably don't remember, but I promised my brother I would do a blind playthrough of that game. For the obvious reason that you get 30 days. And if you don't succeed in 30 days, you'll get one of 3 endings. One where Olimar can make it off the planet, and he gets turned into a Pikmin. The second one is where he does get off the planet, but he doesn't have all of his parts, so there are certain parts that are considered key for him getting back, and there are some parts that are considered not key. The biggest one, of course, is his piggy bank, which is, of course, the hardest one to get in the game. You have 30 days to do that. Just fine. But I was watching people basically where you would expect to use blue Pikmin, you know, for water. They were using, I think it was red Pikmin, because that was red. It was either red. I think it was red because red is the first one you get, and then yellow is shortly thereafter. But I think red's easier to get, so he had an abundance of red. And so what he basically would do is he would throw the Pikmin as far as he could throw them in the pond, and then he proceeded to do what I'm doing right now, which is whistle at them, which pulled them the rest of the way across the pond. And by pulling them the rest of the way across the pond, I'm rebalancing my Pikmin now. I want to grab some. Yeah, I'm getting rid of my blues as well. Even though it's the opposite of what I just said I was going to do, but I'm going to actually load up on electrical, fire, and then purple Pikmin to round out this team. Then we're going to go down. But getting back to what I was saying about the speed run. So there are certain things that you think you can't do without blue Pikmin. Now, one of the things that we've proven, I have no Pikmin. Great. I actually have to physically have them in my party next to the thing in order for that to work. So what he would do is there's certain areas that have a big pond, and at the other end of the pond is a bridge that you could build. It'll, you know, like I said, creates a bridge from one island over to the mainland. And what he would do is he would basically take his red Pikmin and throw them as far as he could, and throw like 20 or 30 of them across the pond. And then he would run to the other side of the thing as quickly as he could, and then recall them. And then by doing so, that they would not drown because they're being recalled and they're trying to get out of the water. And so they would get all the way to the other side of the pond, which means that he's now able to circumvent, or she's able to circumvent the pond slash, oh good, they just got 8. Great. All right, this is great. I want to just put them on your butt. That's so much to ask. All right, we did it. Didn't lose any more guys there. That's good. So yeah, by doing that, that allows you to not have to wait till you get water Pokemon or water Pikmin. And then the water Pikmin, so you're able to gather up some more treasures, which again cuts down on the number of days that you have to spend on Earth. So I think like the minimum number of days to beat the game is something ridiculous. I want to say it's like 14, but it's probably even less than that. I can't imagine it's any less than, say, 9 though, just because there's only so much time. And without it, like, say a second... Oh boy, I'm getting eaten. Without, say, a second player helping you out at the same time, I can't imagine that, yeah, he ate, well, the combination of these guys, 4 guys ate about, 20 of my Pikmin there. Anyways, so, like I said, I mean, there's got to be a minimum number of days just because you spend a day, first of all, on the tutorial planet, okay? You're going to spend a day on each of the levels. That's 2, 3, 4. How many levels are there? There's like 4 or 5, I think. Including the last level, which is only necessary for getting your piggy bank back. Okay? And, so I suppose if there's, say, not counting the last level, and let's not count the first level. Well, we'll count the first and last level sorted together, because let's say it takes you 2 days on each level, with the first and last level being part of that, you know, 2-day stretch, one on each. So you're looking at, let's say there's 5 levels, that's a minimum of 10. That would be 10 days. 2 days on each area. But yeah. I'm sure someone's figured a way out to break that as well. And I'm not even talking about the whole, like, do not pass go directly to win, you know, sort of glitch the game completely out. Yeah, so we've gathered up our red guys to, first of all, take out the fire pits, but also I have to see if these guys will attack me or not. I think they might have some sort of gimmick. It's a little different. They kind of remind me of that really tall one boss you fight that basically you can only fight him using... Alright, I don't know why he picked up the dead guy and put it on top of him like that, but whatever. Maybe that's their gimmick. Okay, oh, never mind. I just looked it up. Speedrun's currently 6 days. Which I guess would mean that you spend 1 day on each level. Unless there's some way to skip the tutorial. So I think there is actually some... No, you can't skip the tutorial because there's something physically there that you need to move your ship with. I guess they've also gotten to the point where instead of just timing the number of days it takes you, they're actually timing how long it takes you to beat the game now. So I guess the standard is 6 days. And I think the time limit's like 45, 47 minutes or something. It's kind of ridiculous. Considering not we're comparing apples to oranges now, but I've spent more time in the last 2 episodes than they did in the entirety of the Pikmin 1 speedrun. I'm sure this game also has probably a ridiculous speedrun that probably, I would imagine, involves skipping the tutorial. Would definitely help. Also knowing exactly where everything is, the quickest way to fight certain enemies / bosses, and yeah. I'm sure, unlike in Pikmin 1, because we have a dollar amount we're trying to get at, I imagine I don't have to get 100% of the items for it to be considered part of the end game. Like, there's probably, I don't know, let's say there's 100 treasures. I know there's going to be 100 treasures, but 100 works nicely for 100%. And we'll say that you need to collect 70% of the treasures in order so that you can enter the end game, and then the remaining 30% would be, you know, guys things that would be things that you could get in, like, say, whatever plus, you know, where you're cleaning up the remainder of the items for whatever reason. We're doing okay since that big Bulborb attack we had earlier. These guys can't actually hurt me, I don't think. They just knock my Pikmin down to their base levels, so they go from, say, flower Pikmin down to leaf Pikmin. Doot doot doot. Doot doot doot. This guy clearly guarding something. There seems to be something here. Means I need some wheat Pikmin. Do I have any wheat Pikmin? What's kind of nice about this game, I've noticed, is that when you need a particular color, game's like, okay, we can't assume that you have perfect Pikmin skills, so here's the flower that'll let you turn some of your guys into red Pikmin. Here's a place you can turn them into white Pikmin. Some of this music's just throwing me the fuck off, too. I don't know if it was earlier in this game or what, but I heard a sound kind of reminded me, like, of a doorbell being rang. But the doorbell was so short that it would be like if you, instead of actually pressing the bell and going ding dong, you pressed it as quickly as you possibly could and you go ding with like maybe a dong in there, but it's hard to tell because the receiver didn't come back hard enough for it to really hit the other note. It'd be like ding dong. I don't know. Trying to explain something that I hear occasionally. In this level, for some reason, I keep hearing sort of what sounds like the end sound of my washing machine. It makes a small jingle when dishwasher. When my dishwasher finishes, it makes a small jingle. I keep occasionally hear it, but I don't hear it very strongly. But whatever. It's the conch. Almanite shell. It's an ammonite shell. Alright, so that's everything on this level. Let's continue down. I have to say, of all the things they decided to add to this Pikmin game that makes it great, this meter that lets me know if I'm missing anything on the level, A+. Anyways, I'm gonna say goodbye, come back, we're gonna be continuing the thing.